All right, so here today, I kind of wanted to talk about this to, shed some light on like where the devs' mind were when they were kind of making up whatever we have with season 8 over here. This is the development blog we got at the start of the season, but it does have some information regarding one of the things I talked about in my previous videos last season, where it was like, hey, they're probably removing this next season, so don't you panic. In the end, they ended up keeping the system, which they said they were planning to remove. They ended up saying, you know what? It's a better system than we thought. We're going to keep it now because everybody loved it so much, right? Right? No. No one loved it, but let me show it to you here today, talk about it, and go over exactly what the dev blog said. Again, I didn't cover this when it first dropped, but it does have some information that you might want to hear regarding some confirmations of a tuning system, some changes that are planned, and again, some stuff that they said that they're going to keep now as a feature, and maybe adjust if they want to, which might piss you off. Like and subscribe, it helps out a ton. Here you go. So again, this is Devilman Blog 17 with Season 7 and the celebration of the first, again, anniversary now concluded. We have reached Season 8. Thank you guys for enjoying the game. Yeah. In Season 8, we'll be joined by a new character and new features in the game. First character is obviously Nejire Hado. Again, she basically has a new playstyle, and that playstyle is just never touch the ground. To be very honest here, that's the playstyle. It's nothing more than that. They also introduced, again, the Season 8 new system, which is Tactical Unique Intelligent Gear, which is, again, the tuning system. While maintaining the traditional costume appearance, this new feature allows costumes to be equipped with special effect skills called tuning skills. If you didn't already know, you can earn character data simply by playing unranked matches or ranked matches and setting character memories. Character data for characters you own or unlocked will be prioritized as the drop rates. So if you don't own Present Mike, what's the point of you getting Present Mike's, data? What's the point? Can't really use Mike. So that's kind of what they implemented here as well to make it a little bit easier to obtain things you need to obtain. Again, you cannot use character buffs that you don't have a character of. So let's say you don't have Toga's quick skill set. Sucks to suck. It's a great freaking buff, but you can't use it. That's that. Additionally, the amount of character data is based on how you play. So it is confirmed, obviously, by this, which you might have already knew this by playing the game normally. But if you achieve first place and then S rank, you get the most character data possible. If you get 8th place, you get basically like dog crap, like literally like 2 character data, and you need a lot to clear. So you have to try to aim for top 3. That's where you get it. But obviously speaking, lower ends you don't get much. So play, well, and get out DPS by the Hawks and clapped by mid game and lose all your character data. But yeah, feel free to keep on again taking on new battles. Pretty simple over there. This allows players to adjust their preferred playstyle for the same character to some extent, or switch between different styles depending on the map or game mode. Funniest thing is, it's like just seeing these lines hurt. Like we only have now, again, what is it? 1 year into the game, 1 year and 2 months now, if anything. We have one base map that launched with, one new map that was again introduced a few months into the game. You basically have one game mode. Why are we lying here? Solos is a rough one to say, but I guess solos and trios is the game mode. It just sucks to see. Maybe they were planning a new map. They'd be like, hey, tuning system was implemented for a new map, man. Maybe the cope is there, dude. Jump Fest, save me, man. Please save the game. But when it comes to game mode as well, I don't know. They're referring to solos and trios. Obviously, there's a bit of a playstyle difference where some characters excel in solos versus trios, but it just hurts to see. Maybe they're coping. I'm coping here, and like we're gonna get leaders battle at some point. That thing's dead. That's dead to me. All right, it's dead to me. Since the character that can be generated again, generally earned through repeated battles, keep playing the game and have fun, which is a rough one to do. At the start of Season 8, the tuning system is limited to characters you own and already have unlocked. Apparently, I didn't even know this, if you only own the core skill set of a character, but not the character itself, you cannot use this feature. However, adjustments are underway to make this system also available for players who own only the core skill set of a character. So that's fun. So if you don't own the character, but you own the quirk skill set, so let's say Kirishima, because Kirishima's on character ticket. Let's say you never got a character ticket. You don't have one, but you pulled his quirk skill set before anything. You can't use his buff. Yeah. So that's fun. All right, let's keep going. That's there. Along with the new implementation of this feature, some mission rewards have also been adjusted. They adjusted, basically speaking, the tuning system also features to slightly enhance the slots for tuning memories. Weekly missions have been adjusted to allow you to earn stuff over here. Basically, that's kind of it. So next up over here, as a measure to optimize the ranked match environment, we have made changes so that if a team member leaves after the match begins for any reason, resulting in your team facing a disadvantage and losing, the entry fees for the remaining members will be waived. That's amazing, by the way. I don't know if you know this, but it is a really good change, allowing players to again, you have this constantly in ranked where some players will queue in. They'll be like, you know what, I'm not gonna throw my my match for these bots or whatever, and then they just completely leave out and kind of scuff up your entire match. And it sucks because for players who are not as skilled, okay, the entry cost past expert will start eating into how much you can actually start earning. So it just sucks. It really does suck. So it's a great change, actually speaking, for this to be implemented. But getting a great change after 10 dog crap changes is rough. But ideally, we hope that, again, you will not leave the match if you get knocked out in battle, but instead support your teammates and cheer for their comeback. As a temporary measure, we have implemented the above changes to assist players who encounter such situations. These measures are intended as countermeasures for unintended situations in matchmaking. However, we understand that there are currently matchmaking scenarios that players find unsatisfactory. We will continue to review and implement countermeasures and improvements as soon as they are ready. We appreciate your understanding and patience. But yes, again, I'll read it from the JP version just to double down on this, but they do say this: as a general rule, even if you think you may be weak against a teammate you've matched with, we would like you to support the other team members and aim for victory rather than leaving the match. However, we have made the above change as a support for those who have found themselves in a situation where they are left alone early in the battle because their teammate has temporarily left. Basically speaking, I also think they're doubling down and talking about that original feature last season, which they allowed players to queue in and forced players to queue in. Because of that system, with ranked, you've seen such a large amount of players who leave out. They don't want to play with a player who obviously might be newer, in this case weaker, if you were to say, right? Again, because of that system being implemented, it caused rank to be a much crappier system. Again, that system where it forces ready up, right? All you can do in that situation is close app, and in some instances, when you close app, it remains that your character's in game, and it still queues in with some players where it doesn't take your character out immediately. Sometimes it allows the player to queue in, and then when they start the match up, they only have 2 players in because 1 player TQ'd. Right? Very annoying feature, and as a countermeasure for that feature, they implemented a point system where, again, it exempts you from taking those points away, which again is great. Okay, but again, they make it clear, we understand that, again, there are things with the matchmaking system that you don't like. We'll respond to those things in the future, but for now, don't leave out on people. And we put this system in. If you do leave out on people, at least there's something there. But please note that we'll take, again, these measures are intended to deal with unintended matchmaking situations. We understand that there are matchmaking situations that are unacceptable to players in the first place. As such, we will consider, again, to implement and measures in response to the future. And we appreciate your understanding. Pretty much, again, the main point is, same thing as last time, right? Last season, they implemented the new change, which forces you to match with people, and because of that, leaving out has become a big thing. People close app, they do all that stuff here, but sometimes they wait to close app until they load it in and cause the other players to lose their points as well. It's, again, a very annoying thing, so that's why they've tackled that system, but they're still saying that they don't want to really tackle the other one. I think that they still want to leave in that matchmaking system where DQing or closing app or anything is basically the only way to get out of the match, because they want that to be better for newer players, where it's like, hey, go and help out your newbie friend, which, again, it's great in itself, but to some players it's very annoying. So to each their own. I know that a lot of people do leave out. I've seen that constantly, right? I load up alt accounts that are brand new and I get left out on. Right, that constantly happens, but it's a thing. So let me know what you think about that. But they did say basically with this statement that they didn't plan to change that last season. But we'll see in the future if they have anything over here. But a bit of good confirmations here, just so you know. Basically, that was where mine was at when it was tuning system. If you have a quirk skill set but not a character, if they're fixing that, again, up and coming, they wanted to make tuning system where if it's a new map, if it's a new mode at some point, this tuning system can play differently for each one, which it can. It's true. It's just, will we ever get those things to test out this new tuning system with? Because, for example, some of the buffs on the new map are much better than some of the buffs on the old map, but some of the buffs on the old map are better than the new map. There are those situations, so it's a very smart system to implement. But again, how they did it may have not been up to the players what they wanted, but to each their own. Again, all I wanted to say in this dev note is, or basically is, that's their plans. That's what they implemented, the systems they implemented, and that was their plan with the season. Up and coming, we'll see what's next, but as of now, that's it. Just wanted to share this with you just so you are aware, again, of that. Take care, have fun. That's been it. Hope you enjoyed.